Hi guys, good morning. I just wanted to tell you that right now the world is watching a very small but extremely important waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. You already know that nearly one third of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow route every day, and for countries like India, it is one of the most critical energy lifelines. But it has been closed by Iran, because of which the global oil supply has been disrupted. So, to prevent an immediate shortage, the United States has temporarily allowed India to continue purchasing oil from Russia for the next 30 days. This is basically a short-term solution to keep the supply chain running while the world figures out what happens next. Also, what if it goes beyond 30 days? Then I think, if the conflict continues, I think the Strait of Hormuz will remain unstable and the United States could extend the waiver. So India can keep buying Russian oil from for some time. But if the Strait of Hormuz is safe again and ships can pass normally, then the India may not need the waiver anymore, right? Additionally, India could also, increase oil imports from countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, or the UAE. However, even oil from these countries usually travels through the same Strait of Hormuz, which shows how critical this route really is. So while our governments are dealing with diplomacy and supply chains, the bigger question is what we as ordinary citizens can do to protect ourselves from the economic impact of a potential oil crisis. First and foremost, reduce unnecessary fuel consumption, avoid unnecessary car or bike trips. If possible, use public transport, carpooling, or combine multiple errands into one trip. Like, just do it in one go. Second is, I think what I've heard is we are running out of LPG, so you might consider, energy alternatives at home. For example, if electricity supply is stable, then we may switch to induction cooking instead of relying completely on LPG cylinders. Small changes like this can reduce pressure on fuel supply, obviously. And I think we should also be prepared for possible, government measures. And in times of, global energy disruptions, government sometimes introduces steps like, fuel rationing, limits on bulk purchases, or it might even encourage, work from home policies to reduce fuel consumption. So finally, stay informed, but stay calm. Energy markets are volatile, but governments usually maintain strategic reserves and emergency plans to, stabilize supply. Um, I mean, this Strait of Hormuz may look small on map, but man, its impact reaches millions of households around the world. And while global leaders work to prevent escalation, responsible choices by ordinary citizens can also, play an important role in reducing the pressure on the system, right? Because sometimes, the smallest adjustments in our daily lives can help, a nation navigate through global uncertainty. So, yeah, take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye bye.